Do you guys want to see what happened to my
balls?
My tripod?
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah. Please show us.
It's really shittily made. So, but James was the last one to use it, so I'm gonna blame him for the meme.
What the fuck? Is that all that's left? Or?
I beefed it, but I can use this on Courtney.
Yum, that's good. That's beef, babe. Beefy G flaps.
Sorry. I committed racism on the beach in Alaska by accident, I think.
What the fuck?
Welcome to Beef Boys. No.
Beef Boys.
Wait,
this is the trial of James Jeffrey Miller.
Let me clarify. Don't leave yet. I hit the wrong button.
James Cassandra Miller versus the state of Alaska.
Hi.
How do you plead?
Hey, YouTube audience. I know that's that's a bomb to start on. If you want to unsubscribe, if you want to block James Miller, I totally understand. We ask that you hear us out. Okay, give us.
If you want to tell him to
give
kill
us
himself,
30 seconds of our time if he can't describe it, and then
I'll win them back over.
All right.
All right, please.
So
the stage is yours. We'll be the jury.
I think they're on board.
Explain your. Yeah.
Me and Andrew were on the beach in Alaska, much like it kind of looked like if you can kind of ignore Doplex and also Michael Jackson, that beach going around behind him with the mountains, kind of a beach like but definitely the walruses or seals.
It's you and Andrew.
Yeah, you guys are kind of similar.
It's me and James chug-a-lugging on the
around
beach.
screaming the
For
N-word.
audio listeners, Doplex took his camera away and there were just fucking fat seals sludging along on the beach, which were not visible prior to that. So me and Andrew were fucking sludging along on the beach like you do, and you know, allegedly. Wait, no, it's actually illegal in it's actually legal in Alaska. We were not allegedly, because it's true, about to toke up some Mary Jane, marijuana for Doplex.
I mean, we literally posted photos of it to Twitter.
Yes, and
yeah.
So we was about to smoke, and Andrew had just gotten a fire started. It took like literally fucking 45 minutes just to get this shitty fire started. No, we hadn't smoked yet. It was just like these goth kids were walking down the beach and they were like, "Hey, you guys want some firewood?" So then they were like, "It's that way." So then we walked down the beach for 15 minutes without any directions other than "it's that way," and found a bag of firewood, which when I picked up promptly exploded. And we carried it back. And
My joke completely missed.
I didn't get it.
Well, you said you're starting a fire, and I was like, "How much weed were you smoking?"
I thought you meant because we couldn't start the fire. Right. It took us very long.
Okay.
Right.
So then we started the fire, and then we
How
were
much
like,
weed were you smoking?
Come on, bro. What do they measure? We was smoking
Scovilles?
9 mushrooms. Like the inside of the mushroom, if you like poured it into the bowl, 9 of those.
Courtney, put 9 mushrooms on screen.
Yes. So we was about to smoke, and then these kids that were probably like 16, and one of them was Hispanic and kind of had like, you know, that I'm not gonna do it, but you know, Doplex does a accent here and there for like.
You didn't ask them if they knew Doplex, did you?
No.
Carnal.
Yeah. So like, Doplex, give me like
fucker.
Yeah, okay. So they kind of sounded like that.
What do you want me to say? I'll reenact it. What do you want me to say?
I'll be like, well, he said, "Hey, you guys smoking weed?"
Hey, fuckers. Y'all toking up the ganja?
Okay.
Now say it in Spanish.
Hola, fuckers.
Hola, pendejos.
Hola, puta.
Tu fumas marijuana?
Oh! Well,
No.
if that's like a 10, he was more of like a 4. So he called down from this hillside because you had to go down like a big hill to get to the beach, and he was like, "Hey, you guys smoking weed?" And then like it's like whenever someone asks a completely random stranger if they're smoking weed, it's like always just this weird person who now wants to smoke weed with you for free.
Sure,
that's just
yeah.
that's always been my interaction, and it's like.
That kind of always happens at the beach, too.
Exactly. And you kind of panic because it's like, we barely have enough weed for like 3 of us, and like these 3 kids
on, man,
led by...
the beach.
Like, he was like, "Hey, you want to smoke some weed?" So so then I didn't know what to say because I didn't want to say yes because like I didn't want him to be like, so can we get some? And then I'll be like, no. So I was like, so he's like, you guys gonna smoke some weed? And I said, possible, but not.
That's your alleged racism. No, said possible
no, it was just
to a Hispanic man.
It was just a funny thing because like I just always say like. I'll just, I'll throw a little Spanish in there for the just, I don't know. I've just always said posible to shit. And like, if I'm going to eat dinner, I'll say, hey, I'm eating some dinero, which doesn't mean dinner in Spanish. But, but then I realized when I called back up to this kid and I was just like, possible, he kind of just was like, oh, okay. And just like walked away. I was like,
oh no. You were doing like the Hank Hill thing.
Dude, I was gonna say you gotta picture it in the most like Hank Hill ass way possible. Like,
that's exactly how I'm imagining it. Yeah.
And then James was like, oh no, and he ran up and he's like, look at my DMs, look at how much I trash white people.
I'm so sorry.
He started beating him off.
Exclusively like brown women. See? Look at my search history. I promise I'm not racist.
But it was just one of those moments where he caught me in the middle of doing a bit with Andrew, and then it like caught me off guard, and I just hit him with possible, and he was obviously like he wasn't like offended by it, but I think he thought that I don't know, but it was really awkward. But funny.
You should have called him Latinx.
they called his fellow Latinx brethren, and they were going to come and jump you, but you left at that
Possible, hermano.
All right. Well, jury, how do you in the case
death
of
penalty,
James Miller,
100 years.
Okay. Andrew?
I'm gonna give him a light community service.
Okay. I'm gonna order you to find that gentleman and pay reparations. Is that the word? Reparations.
Yeah.
I'll donate on my YouTube channel.
You gotta suck his dick. You gotta suck his dick.
You have to give him your green card, better. James.
I'll let him come on my shoes.
There, yeah.
Yes. That's it. I mean, that's a little on him for like putting you in that position. Not that justifies awful racism. But it does.
It's not awful, right?
No, it's not.
That's all absolutely brutal.
But the thing was, there was no correlation because, like Andrew can attest, I just be saying stuff in Spanish sometimes, just like. But I just the only word I hit him with was posible, and I just saw it in his face. He was like, "Damn."
It's kind of interesting you guys have that sort of concept because in New Zealand, like people will swap out words with moldy words all the time, like on the news and just everywhere.
Moldy words? What's a moldy word?
The moldy, like the native
way
people
too
of New
old.
Zealand.
It's
now
wet and old.
It's expired words.
But it's but I guess it's just like if you're really white, you say Maori, the Maori words. But like people say that all the time, and that's like almost like a sign of respect that you're like keeping the language alive. So it's interesting that then. With I guess because of our history in America, saying
I don't think he was. I don't think he was hurt by it. It was just like one of those. Hey, you. Hello, fellow kids. But it was more like
Buenos dias.
Hello, Buenos dias, fellow.
Was he wearing a sombrero in your mind?
What's Nino mean?
Come up wearing like a sombrero. Clogs.
Famously used to stay warm in Alaska.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, James,
I think we got a Reddit question that falls into that like almost perfectly. We're gonna do an episode. That is nothing but answering your Reddit questions, so we can catch up because we're very behind.
We've got a lot
on answering because when we started the subreddit, we weren't expecting that many questions. So
you guys
we gotta catch up.
Not only that though, but it's a special extra episode in between main episodes for 1,000 subs. So please get us to 1,000 subs, and you'll get an extra episode whenever that happens.
Yeah,
James is not joking.
And if you help us with that, then
exactly.
Even if you're a woman. You've probably seen a nice
especially if you're a woman.
Whoa. Hey,
nice clit.
James hit the perfect button on his button-matron earlier that played the Minions Bath theme song.
So this is how we do bath time for my 14-year-old gamer-obsessed son.
So I've been keeping up with this thanks to Tom. He's been linking me these. So she's continued to upload TikToks to her TikTok account, and I get the feeling we might have been played, boys.
I agree.
I'm starting to think that potentially we've been taken to the fuck zone.
Oh no.
So
you mean to tell me that I said that this kid is a piece of shit for nothing?
Yes.
Well, now he's doubly a piece of shit.
Wait, I thought we blamed the
mom. Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, no, I don't feel bad. Yeah. Anyway, Kudos, please explain, elaborate. Tell us why.
we had the minion bath. That was pretty. Okay, so first we had the minion drink. That was fucked, but like kind of believable. Then the minion bath was like, okay, this is starting to get a bit weird. But again, for someone who might have a social disorder, perhaps this might be a common thing. I'm not too sure. It's kind of just gotten increasingly ridiculous. So then they did an Among Us themed meal for my kid.
So we're back at it again today. I've made an Among Us themed meal for my 14-year-old son. First we cut the crusts off the fairy bread, as my son says it's much easier to eat. Then we make some little bite-sized pieces of Among Us characters, and he's got his favourite minion drink. Once we've set it all up, let him have a taste of it. Yum.
Here's the one where it starts getting a bit ridiculous. Then she did cleaning my son's iPad for school and gaming.
That's the one that Tom sent me also, that I also was like, I think we might have been had.
So today I'm cleaning my 14-year-old son's iPad. He uses it for online schooling and gaming on the go when he's out and about. I do this once a week to make sure it's nice and sanitary for him to use for school. So here's the little cleaning, get it nice and clean, ready for school tomorrow.
I think we might have got. It is like absolutely caked in minion goo. Like it's like if a minion ejaculated all over their iPad. Like it's just covered in this weird like crystallized yellow sauce. And it's meant to be like, oh, I do this for my son once a month to keep his iPad clean for when he takes it to school. And it's like, again, it's like been fucking gamer gunked to hell.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's a bit sussy bucker. And then then she did my kid's minion themed bathroom, where it's just minion shit everywhere.
Welcome to our minion-themed bathroom. We've got our minion-coloured toilet paper, a little flush me sign to remind him to flush. Boys, little toys to look at while he's tinkling, and a little dribble mat in case there's dribbles. Enjoy.
And now...
Wait, minion shit?
No, not minion. No, sorry.
Toilet?
Bad choice already. Just minion, like a minion toilet seat cover, yellow toilet paper, which just looks like someone pissed on it. Everything. Oh, and an Among Us... picture that says don't forget to flush. It's one of the cut tasks from Among Us. But the thing today, I think she dropped it, birthday boy's 15th birthday gift opening.
It's our favourite boy's birthday today. 15! Hip hip hooray! Get the one from the front first.
This one?
Yep, that's the one.
What?
Enjoy. What are you going to spend it on?
I don't know yet.
Open the other bag, the blue bag. This is something that you really wanted. Who is that? What's her name?
I don't know. I just really wanted it. Just wanted it.
Alright, you can open the big present now. Oh,
yes!
Really?
Yes!
Is this what you wanted?
Yes, it is!
Well, that's a bit rude.
It's not. It's fine, Mum.
I didn't know that was what was on it. Your dad got that one.
I don't care.
Happy birthday.
One of the things he gets is like an anime, like a sexy anime doll figurine thing. And the last thing he gets is like a Ducky Makura, like a anime body pillow. And the mum's like, oh, that's a bit rude. And he's like, no, it's fine, Mum. She's like, oh, your dad got you that one. And I'm like, this feels...
Jesus.
This is a bit, I don't know.
There ain't no dad out there getting their son an anime body pillow.
Yeah, that's true.
Son, you need to learn to fuck a pillow.
Do you think that it was legit at first, and then the son was like, "Mom, this is my chance at Twitch fame. Let's keep going."
That's what I was gonna say.
And then he just went sicko mode because he's stupid and a minion obsessed.
The fact he's a Twitch streamer definitely makes me think that there's like some ulterior motives here. It was like this could be an easy way to fame. But on the flip side, she only links her son's music, which is a Spotify
music.
It's called Blonde.
Rest in peace.
So he links music on Spotify, but she doesn't link his Twitch account, which is interesting. So
do you maybe it's like his girlfriend, like role playing as his mom.
Maybe
that's an old lady.
It does sound like an old woman though.
She shows the top of her head.
I can sound like an old lady.
Do it.
Hello, this is
my son. Pussy's falling out. Oh,
it does.
You know,
I do say that.
That's pretty good.
Old women do be saying
I can do
that.
Australian too. My pussy's falling out.
There you go. Like
another convincing.
that's pretty spot on.
Hit me up, Minion Kid.
So I don't know. I'm really unsure. It could just be. It could be like a sick ploy. You know, kids. These damn kids these days, they've learned irony much younger than we ever did. So it's possible.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
This is the ruse of a lifetime. So just putting it out there,
totally.
We might have gotten got.
But do you think that it could have started as legit and then immediately turned ironic? Because like he might be cringe, but he isn't oblivious to a chance at internet irony.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's.
But at the same time, that's like it's very deep and very detailed, and like, how would you think of that? You know, like all of that just seems like something that would happen on accident, and people would like. Maybe the mom wasn't expecting to be clowned on that hard, and then that happened, and they're like, "Well, no, we got to play into this, so I don't get embarrassed and get beat up at school."
Yeah,
maybe.
You know?
Do you think he revitalized Minions in his school? Like they're like 16-year-old kids, and instead of fucking and drinking, they're just like, oh, despicable U7.
They're fucking drinking Minion drinks instead.
That's his username.
Yeah, they're just getting like really hyped up on sugar water instead of alcohol.
Yeah, just a school full of kids with kidney stones.
They cut cocaine with like yellow powder, like yellow chalk, so it's yellow.
What color does yellow
my son
and red
Minion
make?
themed line.
Speaking, you know, this is a perfect segue. I'm sorry, but we have to talk about it, even briefly. Just, you know, like a little bit of.
I know what you're talking about. I know you're talking about James's trip to Alaska.
Exactly. Yeah, James, how was it? Tell us about it.
We won't tell you what episode though. You have to watch every episode.
Now, speaking of incest,
kudos, you took a trip to New Zealand.
Yeah, I went back to New Zealand.
Yeah, how was that? You did go to see your mom, so please tell us how was your trip to New Zealand?
Emily's my Minion obsessed mom.
Right.
To tell you.
Anyway, Chris Chan. That happened. Yeah, Chris Chan, he had sex with his mother, and that's you know, there's a lot of historians out there that know more about Chris Chan than we ever could, so we're not exactly entitled to speak on his history, but the man is an enigma. Fuck, god damn it, the woman, Jesus Christ, man. Courtney, cut all this out.
Courtney, put it back in.
Courtney, cut it out.
Courtney, put it back in.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I already misgendered Chris Chan like 4 fucking times just trying to bring up the subject.
Should we move on?
Anyway, how about a song? The song is called
Chris Chan fucked his mom.
The song goes out to Barbara Chandler.
Yeah. Barbara Chan.
Barbara Chan. Barbara Chan. Barbara Chan. Barbara Chan. Barbara Chan. Barbara Chan.
Rest in peace. Oh, she's not dead.
This is what's going through Chris's head when she's lying in prison looking at the ceiling.
Hey, yo, what?
Yo!
We got
remix
a piano solo in there.
Mommy, it's 4 p.m. Time for your vaginal flattening. It's me, your son. I mean, your doctor. I just misgendered Chris Chan again. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not a bigot.
Let's talk. How about this? Let's talk about Chris Chan, but let's talk about the phenomenon around it more than the actual topic because I think everyone's talked about it a little bit.
Yes, you're right.
For the record,
let's
I've been following Chris Chan for like slightly too long, like since like the 4chan days in like 2010, 2009. I remember the threads on him back then.
You're the historian of the group then, because my following of Chris Chan has really only been through like Oni Plays and Super Mega for a couple of years.
Sure. Well, I've seen all the documentary, but before that, this is gonna sound lame, but it was like kind of nice. When I worked at the stationery store as a part-time job at uni, none of my friends worked in town. It was just me. And so when I took my lunch break, I was like, didn't really have anyone to like meet up with. So I just there was a Burger King up the road, and for a while, this sounds like something Chris Chan would do, by the way. I'd go up the road to this Burger King, and they had like a 5-pack of nuggets for like $2.50 or something super cheap like that. I'd get 2 of those for my lunch, and I'd sit there and I'd just browse the Chris Chan wiki on my phone, and that would be like how I spend my lunch, like literally every lunch break for my entire time. I worked at that stationery store because it was like the food was cheap, and I was a student, so I didn't have a lot of money, and it was just kind of something easy to do. Just sit there, put some music on, and read this wiki. So the wiki you can lose yourself in. I think I read probably like I probably not even like half the pages, but I read a lot of them back in the day, and it it was certainly something. But anyway, the news recently, he got arrested for
they. We'll just say they.
Sorry, yeah, she. Sorry for misgender. I'm genuinely not doing it out of malice. I guess
Kudos is old school, you know. He's,
yeah, I guess you could say I'm a bigot. No, I'm genuinely not trying to do it. It's just I read so much about Chris from before she transitioned. So in my mind, so I need to work that out. So apologies that it's not intentional.
I think that's the same for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are genuinely trying to, but it's just like there's so much history there that like 60-some% of it is pre-transition. Yeah. So it's
I'd say probably majority is pre-transition, like what the quote-unquote golden era. So like that's where
everybody knows that we're not trying to do it maliciously.
Anyway, so there's that, but it's interesting just the phenomenon around this recent arrest, because she's been a prominent figure online for, I mean, like what, 11 years, 12 years, something at this point, and it's always been like kind of well known, but it's interesting just seeing just how well known it is with this arrest. Just like the fact, it was trending on Twitter. I had all these people messaging me, like real life friends, being like, "Holy shit, did you see this person? This Christian thing?" And I was like, "God damn, I didn't even realize these people like knew about them." And just seeing the like explosion of interest in it is kind of fascinating. And then of course you got
it's hit mainstream.
It kind of has hit the
crazy.
Well, there was The Sun, which it's like a tabloid, isn't it? They did they covered it like a mainstream tabloid. It was funny. There was an image I saw from that where they were like, "Oh, The Sun can exclusively reveal that Christian has had a previous conviction from an assault charge a few years ago." And I was like, "Oh yeah, exclusively you, The Sun, the most fucking documented man online. You're the first people to ever figure this one out."
They got to the bottom of it real quick.
Yeah, no one else figured this one out first.
It's just a bunch of old world media people just being like, "Yeah, I got the scoop. I got the scoop on this.
I got the inside scoop."
I heard some of them made it to like a Snap,
I have an internet
one of those stupid Snapchat story things as well. I can't remember for what publication, but yeah. So it's
those like stupid like vertical ads.
Yeah, those dumb things. But so it's making the rounds more than I thought it would, and it was one of those weird things for me. I was up playing games, and obviously the time zone difference, like late night for me is like 4 AM for you guys. So not pretty much Americans are never up when I'm up late, and I was up playing games with my boys, and then I think Justin Wang put the link to the leaked chat where he admits that he sleeps with his mum in a group chat that I'm in, and I was like, "Huh, that's interesting." And then I woke up the next day, and it was just fucking everywhere. It was like it was like 90% Chris Chan posts on my Twitter feed, and obviously that's the bubble that I'm in of people who follow people like Chris. But it was just crazy. It was like every fucking tweet was about Chris Chan getting arrested.
It was a big
You know what's
day.
funny? When Yeah, when I saw that, my first thought was the fucking Minion bath. It's like, oh, I'm drawing so many parallels in my mind here that this kid's gonna grow up.
Bob probably would have made Chris a Minion themed drink and bath if he had been a Zoomer
probably.
instead of 39 years old.
Yeah.
This is
Sorry,
the
Shane.
pussy I prepare for my 14-year-old gamer obsessed son.
Oh no!
I remember ages ago I found
Alright,
a
we
website.
don't have to talk about
I
this
found a while ago
anymore.
there's a website that does like sounds like pussy pinkening like sauce, like cosmetic stuff. Do you reckon you get pussy yellowing
Oh.
sauce for your gamer obsessed Minion son?
Gamer obsessed son. Hey there, everybody. I got my Minion sauce. I'm gonna come fast.
Disgusting.
Hey there, mommy.
Stop. It's shitty seeing people use the Christian thing as a way to like shit on trans people, or you know.
I haven't seen that, but I can imagine it for sure happened. And if that's you,
here's
fuck
the
you.
thing. Right, but here's the thing. That shouldn't even matter. This whole situation has nothing to do
No,
with
exactly. But that's the thing. People will be like, oh, well, they're
politicize
trans and they did this bad thing, so that's shit.
Yeah,
And it's like
trans people rape their mothers. No, this is just Chris Chan. Do you know who Chris Chan is? And that's the thing. Like, I honestly, like, I know Chris did something like just so fucked up, but like I've been watching the comprehensive history, and like and kudos, you and I talked about it earlier. I'm not very far. I'm only on episode. I'm about to watch episode 6, but like I just can't help but feel bad and just like kind of see like the stepping stones being laid for Chris to get where they are now.
yeah,
you know, just
it's the ultimate
just-
character arc. It's interesting as well,
exactly.
like because she used to be very, very like homophobic and like quite bigoted.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of funny seeing, you know, you watch these first episodes and he's screaming like, I am not gay! And he like, people used to get a rise out of him so easily. By doing that. And then you cut forwards, like if you skipped like from episode 6 like episode like 46, she's like putting on makeup and like, you know, talking about going to these gay pride events and shit. So, you know, it's definitely the classic anti-gay pastor who's secretly having like 6-way orgies in the weekends.
Right.
But it's just kind of funny to see that play.
Letter. Yeah, like that email that he sent to Megan where he's like, yes, I'm a homophobe. I'm afraid of gay people.
That series is really, really good. Shout out to Gino Samuel, the guy, because it's such a like, for such a contentious topic, he treats it very respectfully. Like it's very like, he just presents it what it is. Like he doesn't spin anything. He just like, this is what happened. This is exactly, you know, he reads things out as they are in a neutral voice. It's like if fucking Moist Critical did a documentary. It's just like monotone, no inflection, no, like it's the facts. Because it's
edited really nicely.
Yeah, it's very simplistic. It's very, but like it does a really good job of telling you exactly like what happened in order. Some of the episodes, I don't know if it's because he's pressed for time or what, but there's some early on mostly where like 30 of the 40 minutes will be a phone call just transcribed, and those episodes kind of suck because it's like we probably didn't need to hear all of this. You probably could have just given us the Cliff Notes version. But like for the most part, it's a really, really solid series. But so
go watch it.
I was saying to Dopix just how much of a roller coaster it is, because like within one episode you'll go from like feeling really bad for Chris because people are just absolutely like hammering them, to like being mad at Chris and not feeling guilty anymore because he'll like do some really like creepy like sexual harassment shit to some girl he barely knows, and then you'll feel bad for him again, and then he'll do something so fucking out of left field that it's hilarious. Like it'll just absolutely like cave you with how funny it is, and then you go back. It's like you never know what's going to happen each episode, which I suppose is what makes it such a compelling story.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a story.
But we were saying this as well, is it's like half the intrigue is the fact that it's just this one guy who's been girl now who's been so heavily documented online. Like even if you just got like I see like some 35-year-old accountant who lives like a really boring life. If you just had like a wiki of everything about his life, from like his pets to like the romance he had when he was 16 to like, if you just had a wiki of someone's life where you could look through everything, that'd be kind of fascinating in its own way. Even if there wasn't much of a story there, it's just interesting to see someone be documented that heavily, and the ways that people have like acquired the knowledge as well was quite interesting. You know, a lot of times it's quite malicious and kind of, you know, depressing, but it is
right.
Interesting. Good, not good, interesting.
Yeah. Interesting is the perfect word for it. We should document Andrew to that extent.
Yeah, we should fucking
Andrew, not.
let's document your every move until you eventually commit incest. Well, I guess since we covered the other ones, I have a topic.
Yes.
How much Daily Dose of Internet fucking sucks. His videos keep getting recommended to me, and you know, nothing but respect if you guys enjoy his content, but he sounds like Leafy is here, and his content
I'm just kidding.
is like his content is like the epitome of laziness. It's literally just like perfect rips of just other videos on the internet with just like a nice little,
hey everybody, this is your daily dose of internet.
and then it's just like,
this doggy was fucking his owner in the ass.
and it's just like that for 3 minutes.
I kind of feel conflicted about these things, because I watched the Unusual Memes channel, which is really good, but I'm also like, you don't own these and these ads enabled, and it always feels a little bit kind of weird.
Well, for some reason, in my experience, and it seems like he's been around for a long time, because I've seen like, he seems to be the one that gets a pass. Like, other creators seem to have respect for him or something, from what, like, or like at least engage him instead, you know, like they didn't used to engage like SoFlo Antonio in like a positive way, or like people like that. But like Daily Dose of Internet somehow has a fan base from like ripping stuff, instead of just being like a random dude that just like throw shit into Russian Sony Vegas. Like, he has a fan base. It's so
have
weird.
Have you seen Ian Kung's video on it?
I saw
it. Haven't you seen Ian Kung's video?
I did, but even I love Ian Kung, but even that I couldn't tell if it was like tongue-in-cheek like respect, or if it was like, I hate this guy but I don't want to be too harsh about it. I don't know. I didn't pick up well enough on it, but I don't know. I don't like anyone that does that.
It's going for like a couple videos.
No, I love those videos.
It's like a Report of the Week meme where they're like, kind of, you know, he's a bit of an interesting character. But I love Report of the Week, by the way. This is a knock on him.
He's fucking great.
It kind of was like a bit of a, I don't know, a quirky thing, and then they just kind of thought he was charming.
I don't know if Daily Dose of Internet doesn't seem that interesting. Like, I remember one time he did like a setup reveal, and this is after he's already been like basically stealing from people for fucking 5 years, and he's like 10 million subs, and he's rich as fuck off of it. And his setup is like, his setup is like one of those like white folding tables that you have at like your fucking grandma's funeral barbecue or something, and like two shitty like Asus monitors and like a iBuyPower like shitty keyboard. It's like, this is my 10 million sub setup, or I don't know if that's actually what it was for, but it's like, oh, he's so humble and cool, but it's like, bro, just because he has 20 million in the bank and doesn't spend it on a computer but made it off the backs of everybody else doesn't make him humble and cool. He's a fucking leech.
Well, he's a fool.
At least buy a nice computer, you fucking bloodsucker.
Didn't XQC do that?
Spend your money.
Didn't XQC post his, I don't know if this is a meme or not, but didn't he like post his setup or something, and it was like the most depressing, it was like,
his room's filthy
and it's just this big empty space with like McDonald's bags around him, and then like one monitor. I don't know if that was a joke or not, because I'm not really in the streaming scene, but people were ripping him out like, come on, man.
I don't think it was. I think it was legit.
I don't think it was.
And he got dogged on hard for that. It was so funny.
It's like, come on, man. You're probably worth like a couple mil. Like, you can splash out.
And it's funny because his content is kind of the same.
He spends all of it on fucking online
Daily Dose.
Yo, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let me explain why Daily Dose annoys me. It's because every time I see a title and a thumbnail that I'm interested in and I want to watch, you know, if it's like a nice like happy video of like a dog doing a flip, I'm like, oh, that looks cute, I want to watch that, and I don't read the name of the fucking person who uploaded it, and I click it, and it starts with a video that's something completely different, and it's just, hey everybody, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking tricked yet my monitor.
You will rule the day.
And the last video I watched from him,
holy shit,
the last video I watched from him, he actually included original content, and it just infuriated me because his original content was him showing the view from his house. It was just like, this is a sunset I captured from my house. And it was just like this beautiful
he's so
acres
humble
of
and
land,
normal.
fucking snowy winter wonderland in like a presumably beautiful house. And I'm just like, oh god. Sorry. I know it's not that big of a deal, but he annoys me. I shouldn't say I fucking hate him. It just annoys me.
I hate him.
Do we talk about SS Sniper Wolf on the last podcast? I think I talked to one of you guys about this. Because if I talked about this last week, cut it out. But
I don't think we have.
Okay, yeah. Her shit's crazy because like if you, I noticed it because if you go onto YouTube not logged in, she is pushed so fucking hard on the front page. It's nuts. Because when I was at my mum's, you know, I went on YouTube on the computer and she doesn't sign in because she doesn't use a computer much. And it's crazy to see a raw YouTube page because it's Mr. Beast 100% of the time. It's Jimmy Kimmel. It's like weird shit like that. And then literally without fail, SS Sniper Wolf. Because you know, last I heard of her was in the Nerd City video from a few years ago, and she had like 1 or 2 million subs. Yeah, and I was like, man, she got blown the fuck out by Nerd. This is epic. And then I check her, she's got almost 30 million subscribers.
She keeps popping up in Darman videos.
It's just nuts because, like, you know, she puts out a video a day, and each one gets like 3 million views like within 24 hours. And I can tell you from my experience with the views I've gotten and the money I've earned from that. She is making a couple of dollars.
So much more.
She's got to be making millions a month off ad revenue.
I'll put it this way: the money I made off 1.5. When my channel popped off last year, I got 1.5 million views in a month. I made enough money to live off for like just off ad revenue, probably enough to live off for like 2 months. And she's getting 2 to 3 times that a day.
Yeah.
That makes my asshole turn inside out.
It's so unfair.
Go even further up into my body. It's not even about, I mean, fairness, yes, does play a big role, but it's also just like, if you watch her content, it's like the worst shit.
It's so terrible.
It's so unfunny. It's so bad.
I have so much to say about this, but I don't want to say it because I discuss exactly this in a video I'm working on at the moment, and straight up, people like this are literally exploiting like evolutionary monkey sensors in our brain that like are looking for certain things within a community and within, and you know, community doesn't mean 50 people anymore. It means the whole entire fucking world because of social media and stuff. And they're just looking for these things, and like these things that would be 1 in a million are now just like someone can feed them to you every day because they're fucking moralist scumbags that just push out garbage. I hate it so much, but I'm gonna talk about it more then, and I don't want to suck up the whole episode. But yes, I agree with you.
JamesMiller.com to see that video when it comes out.
It's just so disgusting.
Did you guys watch her
content? Shouldn't be like that.
Did you watch her house tour video?
No,
I don't consume her content.
It might have been Critical who was looking at it, but I mean, hers isn't the only example. Pretty much every one of those big fuck off YouTubers, when they're like, new house tour, and they're like, they stand in the middle of this big ass empty room that's like sterile as fuck. It's all white walls. It looks like a hospital.
Nothing's
and
in it.
Hello, and it just echoes for miles. And you're like, what is the point of living there? I would feel so sad all the time.
Nico Lowell's $2 million apartment was the ugliest, fucking, most rancid, empty garbage I've ever fucking seen. It's such a dude. Do something creative other than hang a fucking self-made Patrick Star photo in your bathroom. Like you have all this money. Fucking be interesting, you hollow fucking losers.
On the flip side, have you seen Aaron Paul's house tour? Because that is like what I want my house to be.
The dude from Breaking Bad?
Yeah, like,
bro, his kitchen is my dream.
Dude, his entire house is my dream. Him and his missus got this like log cabin. It's more like a log mansion out in like Wisconsin or some shit, up in the snowy mountains.
So epic.
And I think, wasn't it like an old barn that they had to like ship across country, and then like they like renovated the fuck out of it. It's this absolutely amazing house, and it's so beautiful and so full of character, and so in stark contrast to the sterile YouTuber like, I paid a lot of money for this house, so it's good. Sort of.
Oh fuck! I'm looking at it right now. That shit's epic.
Bro, he's got this beautiful butcher block countertop, and these.
That's that Breaking Bad money.
Well, like, give me the money.
The thing about
I'll do something cool.
Yeah, well, the thing is what these people do is they either already live in Los Angeles or they move to Los Angeles and they buy these furnished homes, because it's like it's as is. They just move in. You know? They have stuff, but it's like just minimal stuff. So they just move into these like fucking like the most sterile like medical looking buildings.
It's awful.
And it's super depressing. I don't understand it.
They're vapid, uncreative losers that only know how to exploit algorithms and machines, not actually entertain anyone. Fuck them.
It's interesting.
That is actually a very funny.
Welcome to my home.
That is a very funny parallel between the houses they choose and their level of like creativity and their content.
Yeah. Aaron Paul,
it's
very
like,
talented, beautiful house. Is it Sniper Wolf?
Sniper Wolf.
And it's not even like spending all the money. It's just like caring about your environment and shit. Like a lot of the people like Gus, Eddie, and Jakey, they don't have like $1 million fucking homes or spend a shit ton on their backdrops or anything. But like, there's still a lot of character in their homes.
Charm.
Yeah, like they actually take pride in the place they live because like it isn't just like a hole to produce videos out of. It's like, hey, I'm a sentient human being. I like being happy and surrounded by nice things.
It's kind of interesting, that concept though. Like if everyone had unlimited money, you would definitely, like, your house is so much a reflection, or so your environment's so much a reflection of who you are. So if anyone had unlimited money and they have that opportunity to purchase a place that resonates with them, like these YouTubers and celebrities do, you can really get a feel for who they actually are. Because I mean, we're all just living where we can afford right now. Like we're not, we're nice places, but not like, not like this is my dream house sort of thing. So it's interesting when people do get to that point where they can afford their dream house, and the dream house is a hollow, vapid fucking mess. It's like, wow, what does it say about you?
It bothers me so much too, because like I love, like, ever since I was a kid, I've always done like a lot of like, not interior design, like I fucking sketch shit out on a graph, but I've always designed shit with my mom, and she actually does some interior design stuff, and it's just like my favorite thing to do, and I like having cool spaces, and like, and dude, like if my lighting isn't right when I'm working during the day, like it literally like my sanity hangs by a thread and it snips it. Like I have to, like if my room isn't the right color, like I can't function. And then I see these fucking people with resources that I wish I could have from anything, let alone being a fucking creator, and they literally just live in a fucking Mr. Beaks like white box room with fucking padded walls, like they're competing for fucking Carl to come blow them or some shit. Like, do fucking something. It's
definitely that feeling of like the waste of opportunity. Like
waste.
I can probably talk about this at this point. I worked at a place where I worked on a game. I'll make it vague like that. It was a side project. And
Halo 3.
Was the vision. Yeah, it was Halo. It was Halo 4.
Adventure 2.
It was a mobile game. It was a side project of our boss, and our boss is not a gamer. Was past tense. And the game was not good. No two ways about it. It was awful. And I just remember, like, the amount of money he would have spent on it is like, fuck me. I just imagine, like, I went to university with so many talented people. I'm like, if these people had been given this same budget, or even myself, but, especially as like the shit we could have made would have been fucking amazing. And it's so depressing.
But what does it matter, you worthless proletariat? Pull your bootstraps up and maybe you'll have enough money to do it, bitch, you stupid loser. We all have the same opportunity, bitch. Get more money.
That's why people be jumping out of the windows building iPhones and shit.
Dude, straight up.
I know those trampolines to bounce them straight back up like a Simpsons bit.
All right, you done trying to kill yourself?
They bounce them out like, okay, and they go back to work.
They hook them all in with harnesses.
Fucking, yeah, that's like the Frito-Lay's thing. It's like super unfortunate. I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but like apparently somebody on the factory line died, like on the job, and like they made their the employees.
Look at this. This is what happens if you die here. Don't die on company time. You can be buried if you die at your home. If you die here, you're turning into twisty BBQs.
Turned into chips. Oh fuck.
They made Doritos,
Mom,
don't
why
they?
does the salt and vinegar
Jesus.
taste funny?
Doritos is people too. Yeah, sorry, to go on. He wasn't yet, but in reality, wasn't he just kind of thrown off the line and they're like, get someone else here immediately?
Yeah. They basically just like dragged his body off to the side and kept working. But it's
Holy
it's
shit.
funny that you made a joke that they turned him into chips, like the stark contrast of like the reality.
Dude, it's basically they care
so
about
grim.
him basically that as much as someone who would just turn him into chips. Like
If it was legal to turn
They
him into
would've
chips, they
turned-
probably
exactly.
Go
would.
and hide him
No,
behind
totally.
the bags of
Yeah.
seasoning. We'll deal with this later.
totally would
Yeah, I was
have.
gonna
Yeah.
say, like, if the human, like what we were made up of, had any kind of ability to make into chips, I'm sure they would have done it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't know what
that's
happened to your
true.
husband. He never showed up for work.
People
I'm no
are
health
the
inspector.
best
Grandma's
resource.
I'm no health inspector, but I think having a dead body near production doesn't seem very sanitary.
Yeah.
Where do they produce
Dude,
fucking Fritos? They probably don't have health inspectors there.
Do you reckon there is actually like
Right,
something
yeah.
where it's like, because I mean the human body probably doesn't start rotting the second it dies. Do you reckon they've got like an hour window where it's like, okay, the body can be on the shop floor for an hour
They
before
just
you have
make
to
the
throw the
chips
whole
even
batch
faster.
out?
It's like,
Yeah.
we gotta hurry before it starts to stink.
Throw them in the pickup. We'll deal with it
Should
later.
we should we do that AI thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck
do you
yeah,
really-
let's do it.
Oh wait, there was one other thing I
Like,
wanted to go off earlier.
oh,
just
yeah,
real
yeah,
quick,
yeah,
we
please.
talk about Sniper Wolf. It's interesting where like I follow Nerd City, I really like Nerd City, and like iDubbbz and all these things, and it's so interesting seeing people who you look up to epically take down someone like iDubbbz roasting Rice Gum or Tana Monganu or whatever. And then you kind of get the feeling that like, yeah, they got fucking done. They're out of the game for good sort of thing. And then you look back later and it's like, oh no, they're actually doing annoyingly, like,
Fine.
like I thought Rice Gum got blown the
Yeah.
fuck out by iDubbbz. And then he's still like, well, I don't even know what the fuck he's doing
Is
anymore.
he? I haven't-
But like he just for
I haven't
years
heard Rice Gum's
he's
name.
kind of disappeared
No,
a
he
little
just
bit. but, like,
started another clout house for fucking 18-year-old girls with his 50-year-old fucking gaming partners. He's doing just all right.
starting a gaming house for my 15-year-old gaming obsessed daughters. But no, he
gamer obsessed.
starting a gamer obsessed grooming house. But like for years after the iDubbbz thing,
Minion
he
body
was
paint.
fine. Like he just got
No,
bigger
yeah.
and bigger. So and Sniper Wolf as well.
Right.
Like Nerd City did this epic takedown of epic takedown. This is really lame you say like that. But he did. I mean, he did like do a pretty epic roast of her, and now she's
Dude.
at 30 million subs and crushing it. So it's like,
Yeah.
In the court of public opinion,
all
they get
kids.
fucked, but
It's
there's
all
always,
kids.
like, at this point, there's always more people to fill the slots as long as the algorithm chooses to. Like, as long as the
Yeah.
algorithm chooses that they should keep growing and keep hitting their, fucking invisible channel fucking numbers they get to hit every month that the algorithm is like, it's just gonna, they'll just, if they can't get it with 1 million views, they'll promote it to 20 million people just to make up those couple 100,000 that
Yeah.
left when they got Epic owned by Nerd City, and it'll just keep going from there. There's always fucking more people.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude.
Kids.
yeah, and
I don't
also
trust them.
dick fucking kids. But I remember during the Rice Gum thing, I had one friend who like thought Rice Gum was the epic victory royale in that scenario because like Rice Gum was like way cooler or something. And we were like I don't know 20 at the time, like going on 21. I think I was about to turn 21 like a month later or some shit. And like I completely just I'd known him since like 4th grade, and I just wasn't his friend anymore.
I can't trust anyone
Yeah.
who likes Rice Gum.
Yeah, it wasn't
That's
the
a good
idea that
point.
he just
You know,
liked
honestly,
Rice
that's
Gum.
a pretty good way to gauge.
Yeah, no, exactly. It wasn't that he
I
chose
was gonna
Rice
say,
Gum over
that's a
iDubbbz.
pretty
It was
solid.
just like, oh, that's the kind of
Yeah.
person you're just
Yeah,
evolving
yeah.
into a frat boy that thinks having Yeezys is cool. Word.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
very fair.
That's yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
fuck Rice
I'd
Gum.
agree with you 100%.
It's
Rice, more like rice, more
Rice-ticles.
like rice semen.
It's funny.
There it is.
There's,
Thank
there's
you.
people out there who are like big YouTubers or whoever who are like often get dogged on that I don't like to join in on just for I don't want to put that out there, and I don't want to like make enemies for no reason. But Rice Gum is one dude who I just do not give a fuck about saying fuck this cunt.
No,
I feel no remorse. I feel no
fucking
guilt
nerd.
in saying that.
He does suck.
He's just the most annoying. Like,
He's
there's
such a
so many
nerd.
people that I think are worse than him, quote unquote, as far as impact on kids
Daddy
and
of
shit.
Five,
But Rice,
probably the
Rice
worst.
Gum is just the most annoying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. He's just
you are such a worthless individual. The world would not even blink if you disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for Beef Boys AI script read. Bitch.
Kajar is a world of dragons, demons, and monsters. These dark creatures constantly war for control of the land, leaving the few human kingdoms in the shadow of a dark and powerful force. But now, the kingdoms of man are fighting back, slowly assembling an army to reclaim their world. You are Obama Jr., a male lizard man paladin in Alaska, a city in the kingdom of Kens. You have been recruited as part of the king's new army and have been sent to guard the city and watch for attacks. Recently, you have heard stories of monsters attacking nearby villages and are concerned that the city is being left undefended. Alaska is very important to the kingdom because Andrew lives there. It is by far the largest city, and a strong defense is in need. You have been assigned to watch the western hills, forests, and plains for hostiles. What do
send
you do?
out a drone
Pee on a
for
tree.
recon.
Okay, we got for send a drone for recon. Andrew, what did you say?
I said pee on a tree.
I like Andrew's more. Do that one.
James.
Wait, look.
James.
It's John McCain. He's charging with an army of
While piss. Okay, so
elephants.
Well, I think
So,
see how there's
go to-
do. I think you can click on that, and if you want to say something instead, I think you can.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go pee on
Yeah.
a tree. Pee on a tree, and then while we're there, we'll say, "Hey, look, it's John McCain."
You pee on a
Do that
tree.
for that.
we pee on a tree.
You pee on it. You sit on a rock by the stream and undo your trousers. You pull them down and step out of them before peering
We
up
take
the
our whole
sky.
fucking pants off. What are we?
We're going
We're 4-year-old at a
Slowly
urinal.
stroke cock.
Why'd we take all of our pants off?
I was gonna say we're like a kid.
I think it's two.
How do you
Yeah,
spell
like
McCain?
that.
Yeah,
like
whatever.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
McCain?
Don't
McCain.
cancel
Alright.
us,
Look,
Republicans.
it's John McCain.
His cock is out. Why are we in strict safe mode?
Lego series.
Don't play you
we're in
fucking
safe mode.
liberal. Look, it's John McCain. His cock is out.
His cock is out.
Neither can we. We're about to pee.
You say? We just say it out loud to no one.
You see a large.
We should have sent out the drone.
Look, it's John McCain. His cock is out.
You see a large V formation of fighter planes flying high above you. They are making maneuvers that would be very difficult for your knowledge of aerodynamics.
Alright, slowly stroke cock because our pants are fully down.
Okay. Slowly stroke cock.
Andrew? Say it.
I need him to get me
You
there.
stroke your cock slowly, enjoying the feel of it growing in your hand.
This is the life.
You think to yourself. You look up and
Wait,
you look up and watch the fighter planes flying over you.
hold on. What Andrew, what's the video of the guy from Creed? What does he say? Oh, it's good to be the king.
It's good to be the king.
The dude from Creed is getting like blown in an orgy with the dude from fucking Nickelback, and someone's filming him, and he just says, "It's good to be the king."
I think it was him and
Have him
Kid
say
Rock.
Oh,
say
Kid
that.
Rock, yeah.
It's good to be the king.
Yes,
it's
it's good to be the king.
As you sit stroking your cock, you notice a strange man standing in front of you. He is dressed in a loose robe with an odd cowl which hides his face most of the time. And Obama Jr. says,
Is that you, John McCain?
John McCain's shooting you.
This is like Muppet Babies, but presidents.
yeah.
Is that you?
The man steps
Vice
forward.
President John McCain Jr.?
George Bush.
Read that out.
The man steps forward, pulling the cowl back to reveal a scarred and weathered face. His hair is oily and greasy, and in that moment, you realize how much he looks like the late George Bush.
Did George Bush die?
What happens next?
He sucks his dick.
Well,
I
with his
embrace
mouth.
him, my penis erect.
Okay. Embrace him with erect penis. The man laughs, and you realize that the man must be scarier than you thought.
That's a nice trick.
And this is after you embrace him with your erect penis.
Yeah.
So let's help the story move along a little here. Let's say a hot air balloon crashes.
This is this is a story.
And makes a loud reverb fart sound.
Barbara Bush,
impact.
notorious murderer, hops out.
Barbara
Chandler.
Bush Chan hops out.
Barbara Bush Chan Jr. She is full.
Read it out, Topix. Read it out.
A hot air balloon crashes and makes a loud reverb fart sound upon impact. Barbara Bush Chan Jr. hops out of it. She is a plump, pretty girl with long black hair and a large mole on her left cheek.
This is all you, Kudos.
This is you, Kudos.
It's good to be back in the land of Tailbane.
Yo,
says.
dude, I thought that said the Taliban, but it just says Tailbane. That's so fucking funny.
Wait. Should we say, finally the gang's all here. It's time to bring the battle to the Taliban.
Finally, the gang is all here.
The gaggle.
Now we can really stick it to the Taliban.
This is how it really happened.
Finally, the gang's all here. We can really stick it to the Taliban Jr.
Barbara turns to the men behind her.
I thought I was taking a chance when I hired you, but I knew the moment I laid eyes on the pair of you that you were the only ones for the job.
Bro, you could be the Minion Kid's mom. That was spot on.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe story, like this, the gang set out on an epic quest to...
Okay, yeah. The gang sets out on an epic quest. Minion drinks in hand.
Ready to kill Gaddafi Jr.
Gaddafi. I don't know how you spell Gaddafi.
I don't know how you spell Gaddafi.
Nope, not far off.
That Gaddafi Jr.
The gang sets out on an epic quest. Minion drinks in hand, ready to kill Gaddafi Jr. and his band of terrorists. They fight through the Waziristan mountains, traveling by jeep, on horseback, on foot, and on a few occasions on all fours.
Well,
he's on all fours.
Maybe.
What do we say?
Maybe Obama cocks his AK.
Let's see. Okay.
Load and inspect AK-47
loads, inspects,
and
cleans AK-47
and points it at
loads,
George
inspects,
Bush Jr.
Cleans and cocks AK-47. Then Obama Jr. points it at George Bush Jr. and says,
"Oh no, this is just normal George Bush. This is, if anything, this is senior. It's the late George Bush.
Oh yeah, this is normal George Bush.
Yeah, you're right.
This is Bush classic."
And says,
that's gonna fucking ruin the AI.
No, come on, don't end it. This is fun.
What does he say?
I say.
What does he say, Obama Jr.?
I'm gonna be like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. And then I point it away.
Just kidding.
Andrew, do your best Obama voice.
No, wait, don't put the gun down. I want to see what the AI does with that.
Haha, just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh.
This is the best part.
Good adventures.
Type in your
I gotta
bank
verify
account.
my email address. Alright, story. Okay, alright. Obama Jr. loads, cleans, inspects, and cocks
Good luck with this one.
AK-47
Fucking
and points it at
Courtney.
George
George.
Bush and says, haha, just kidding. Love you.
It's all just jokes. Just kidding. Love you.
Oh shit, this shit went off.
Obama Jr. loads, cleans, inspects, and cocks AK-47 and points it at George Bush and says,
Just kidding. Love you.
at least
Twice a day. That's our thing.
You get to know the rest of the gang quite well. There is David Nosak. David Nosak.
Come on.
Don't you didn't have to do David like that.
A lanky, awkward man with a large nose and a permanent grin on his face. Is he troll face?
Hold on.
Stab David Nosak to death.
Is this bot racist? Is Nozak a Jewish last name? Let me look it up.
To death. And yell. What are we yelling while we're stabbing him?
Oh my god, we're killing him.
Where's your sack, David?
Where's your sack? Haha, get wrecked. You stab David Nosak to death and yell,
Where's your sack? Haha, get wrecked.
Nosak
Obama
looks at you with
become-
a confused expression.
Dude, I told you my Obama impression is not even sort of
You just did a Hank Hill impression. You're switching the voices.
What sack?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
JFK Jr. drives by in his convertible
Hop in, boys.
and says,
There's plenty of room.
Hop in, boys.
Type in hop in, boys. There's only one shooter here today.
Here today, and it's these bussing Kool-Aid jammers.
Read it out to me.
JFK Jr. drives by in his convertible and says,
Hop in, boys.
yeah.
There's only one shooter here today, and it's these bussin' Kool-Aid jammers.
While gesturing towards you and your companions in the back of the car. Finally, there is Sven, a slight man with spectacles. Why do they keep introducing characters?
It doesn't care what
Just
we're
like drive off
inputting.
into
What
sunset.
the fuck?
Kill Sven. Just put kill
Tell-
Sven.
Tell driver to crash the car.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Into Sven.
No, wait, hold on.
Nah, just do it. Hit it.
Tell
into Sven.
Tell driver to play Travis Scott.
Read it out to me.
You tell the driver to play Travis Scott and crash the car. The ride is cut short when the car crashes into a tree and everyone is killed.
Just type
John
names.
McCain comes down and you end.
Hey! We did it.
We told a story.
What a beautiful
We died
story.
listening to Travis Scott.
Do you think we
that's-
just
that's what I
recreated?
like.
We
I
just
don't know about
created
you
like
guys,
a
but that
new
was
like
fun.
string in the multiverse where all this comes true?
Oh yeah, we just
Well,
manifested
if you-
something that we didn't
Not
want
to bring up
manifest.
Christian again, but that is genuinely what she believes, that every fictional reality exists. So when you create something,
I'm
you've,
sold.
like, birthed it into experience somewhere in the multiverse. So
I believe.
technically,
Right.
JFK
This could
was
be it.
survived by his son JFK
Yeah.
Jr. and George Bush can still function, and they crash into a tree and die. If you like the segments where we read stuff like this, whether it be the Goku shit or like stuff like this, or Kudos' special friend
Interesting
from New
friends.
Zealand, please suggest us. Like if you know like any really bad like screenplays or like fan fictions or like notorious stuff that we could read through on the internet where we can like play parts and shit.
fan fiction.
Suggest it along with questions on the Beef Boys subreddit.
Yes.
and what's
R
the Beef Boys
/ the
subreddit?
Beef Boys.
Yes.
Put it up on
r/Goon
screen.
Caves.
No, that's not it.
r/The Beef Boys, and we'll see you there
The
tonight.
Beef Boys.
The last 2 episodes, you might have noticed, have been a bit shorter than normal, like 40 to 50 minutes when we usually go to around an hour. And that's because both episodes had things cut because a wee while ago, Dopix found a podcast with a similar name to ours, we'll put it like that. And Dopix, what'd
he sexually
you
harassed
you
them.
fucking pissed?
I commented cease and desist as a joke. I was being homophobic.
And James, what did they
according
take
to
that
them.
as?
A declaration of war.
They really thought we were coming. These guys are a very small podcast with a similar name, and they took Dopix's threat seriously, which was very funny.
Yeah.
And they did a whole
Yeah, it was
episode,
pretty funny.
not a whole episode. They did part of an episode where they were ripping us out, trying to say like that we're like punching down and all this shit. When like it really was just a dumb meme. And we were like ready to clap back just once. We didn't want to make it a big thing. We just thought it was funny to like
back to reality.
it was just funny to like respond to what they said because they like took shots at us. So it'd be funny just to like hit them with the truth bomb that no, it was just Joe Pix being a fuckwit. And so we did. You guys recorded something about it on the episode 2 weeks ago, and then we recorded something about it the week ago, so I could say something because they came after me pretty hard. And then we were gonna put it in the episodes that came out yesterday for us recording today, and then like the day before we posted that, I've checked their podcast and they had a whole thing where they were like, oh, it turns out the Beef Boys are actually all right, and we must have just it was a misunderstanding. And they did what seemed like a sincere apology, and we thought, you know what, this isn't. It was kind of funny for the meme, but it was just a misunderstanding on their part, so we decided to cut all of that because unlike some creators on YouTube, we're not going to milk drama just for the hell of it. So so that's why the episodes are short. And to those guys, you can just keep trucking, keep doing your thing. No hard feelings.
Keep spanking.
We're still gonna use your sound bites though because they're funny.
They are funny.
Sorry. I want to play it.
Now, the Beef Boys are made up of 4 simp beta male guys known as Duplex, James Miller, Andrew Miller, and Minnie Kudos.
Wait, one more.
Don't do it to me.
I will say that James Miller is the epitome of a friend zone guy. The guy literally walks around with basketball shorts and a t-shirt, with his t-shirt tucked into his basketball shorts.
That's what I like. So anyway, shout out to those guys.
Lying.
Don't go looking for them if you're listening to this. Just leave them alone. It was all a big misunderstanding. We have no hard feelings.
I do. My feelings are erect.
Make like a seal and flop into Michael Jackson's head and get out of here.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go with the seals. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
That was an acoustic reverb fart.